All right, man. People don't see every video, so I'll get a disclaimer. My original phone, it broke, so I'm off the Moto G for now. A guy at Best Buy said this will work with my Verizon chip, and it did. So I gotta wait till I get my phone. I gotta mail my phone in today when I get home, and they gotta fix it. Hopefully they can fix it. Got a crack. Dropped it while I was dropping ice milk. And if they can fix it, they'll send it back probably sometime in the beginning of the new year, hopefully. They sent the box out pretty well. It broke at a bad time right before Christmas, so day before Christmas to be exact. So I could have paid $250 for a new one, which I paid $250 for a new one. But then again, I got a lot of stuff on my phone, and then I would have to still wait for them to mail me a new one. So I'm gonna pay the $30. Then if I was to get it fixed, it was $400 or something to get it fixed. I ain't had this phone for like number 3 months. So yeah, get a screen protector. I know I had one for Verizon. It was trash. It was free. I ordered one and just sat in the box, so I should have put it on. But nonetheless, Devin Haney says he out to prove that Lomachenko is no master boxer. He said he may be a master boxer to Bob Arum, but not to me. I believe he was on the Boxing Voice. Shout out to my boy Brandon over there and Ness, and everybody over there, right? So he basically said that he's down to fight whenever, but he would love to get it done before Ramadan. That's his goal, to get it done before Ramadan. But he down to do it whenever. And he kind of went into Lomachenko's dimensions. He said he was a lot smaller than he thought he was. I guess they never really sized up. They say that he's not a real lightweight, but he been winning that lightweight. You know what I'm saying? Rick and Dow wasn't no real super featherweight, but he made him come up to featherweight. But he been winning that lightweight, and Lomachenko packed a punch at lightweight. Depending on who you ask, it seemed like he packed a bigger punch on lightweight than Devin Haney. So, but punching power don't equate to strength. You know, they're two different things in the ring. Being strong and being able to punch. So they don't go hand in hand all the time. But at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure, Lomachenko, he trying to get his feet under him. He was in the war on security detail and all that. He was rushed back to come get a fight. And maybe he should have dragged his feet a little bit, but they knew Devin probably didn't want to stay at the weight so long. I know he was on the 85 South Show. I seen a bit of it, where he was talking about how they was joking about how weight drain he looked in the Camboso fight. He said he didn't think he looked that bad. And they was saying, nigga, you look bad. They was comparing Chico to his dad and stuff, said they look alike. So, I mean, at the end of the day, he stay in the gym, and when you're young, you can make those sacrifices on the weight scale. But then again, there's a thin line between making sacrifices and taking years off your career, not off your career, off your life. But, enough money, anybody do anything. You see girls who never thought about, doing things for a certain amount of money, they do it. For the right, everybody got their price. What Biggie said in the 10 crack commandments, he said, your mama set that ass up. You know what I'm saying? Trust no one, tell no one how much dough you hold. He right. Look at the Paid in Full story. The uncle, did that to his own nephew. So you talking about, that's in the 80s. You talking about Biggie, you talking about that in the 90s. Like my boy, one of my favorite Bay rappers, Rapper Forte. I never trust no one. I only trust myself, or I would have been a victim like everyone else. He sued Drake for stealing his bars on Who Do You Love with YG, produced by Mustard, which that beat is crazy. Mustard a dope producer, but nonetheless, with Hank, but like I said before, that's a good interview I see so far with Haney in 85 South Show. He talked about, being born in San Francisco, but really being from the Oakland, from the town business. Shout out to them out there. Oaktown and Detroit, we like cousins. You know what I'm saying? A lot of E40 did a lot of stuff with a lot of underground rappers. Like the most influential rapper in Detroit, and even Detroit artists that's rapping right now, from PZ, the Vezo, the Payroll Giovanni, HBK, Babyface Ray, all them niggas gonna tell you Blade Icewood is the most influential rapper in Detroit. Not Eminem. It ain't no diss to Eminem. It's what it is. And a lot of Detroit and Oakland, we share game. We use that game. They use some of our slang, and that's why they consider cousins. We consider cousins. But like I said before, I'm not saying Lomachenko ain't no master boxer, but I always looked at him as an aggressive fighter. He's an aggressive fighter. He's a front foot fighter with the bells and whistles. He kind of put you in the mindset of Roy Jones a little bit and Jerron Ennis. If you let the lights and the smoke and mirrors, I don't hate to say smoke and mirrors because, it make it sound bad. But once you break them down to their essence, once you strip it down to the bare minimum, what they doing, once you get past the flash, then you kind of can start working. But then again, easier said than done. So, but he like to be on the front foot. He like to be aggressive. And when you got somebody that's a freak of nature like those guys, who awkward and got a funky style, number one thing you got to do is control the distance and use your jab. Them the two things you got to do. You jab and control your distance, Then their job is, guess what? I can't really do what I want to do because guess what? He using his jab. So I can't do so I got to take the jab away to do what I want to do, right? And if you really know how to use the jab, you got different variations, spirit jab, you can counter with the jab, you can lead with the jab, you can throw the power jab, you can throw the pepper jab. Like Golovkin got one of the better variations of the jab. He could throw it as a power shot, better BF too. They could throw it as a peppering shot, they could throw it as a range finder, you know what I'm saying? So, and then, what make it more dangerous in my Buster voice is serious. You know what I'm saying? When you can hook off that motherfucker, when you can throw a hook off that jab, now it gotta take me a round, or maybe say it's taking me 2 or 3 minutes to figure it out. That's time that's giving me an opportunity to see what I gotta do to break you down. You know what I'm saying? And then if I'm controlling the distance, that might take, we're trying to figure out the jab, that might take you 3, 4, 5 rounds to figure it out. And by the time you exert mental and physical energy trying to figure out my distance and my jab, I'm up. I'm up. So now you gotta rush, and then possibly I drop that wham on you, then you run into something. That's what you hoping. So he's an aggressive front foot fighter. Man, he literally speeding through the parking lot. You can't literally. These people are idiots that drive, man. Idiots. Somebody hit you doing dumb shit, it should be legal for you to pop them. Or pow right in their mouth. It should be legal. But yeah, he's an aggressive fighter, but you want to know something about it? Well, buddy, I'm about to bag in. But you want to know something about it? And I'll tell you, man, white people a lot of y'all can't drive. There's more of y'all driving Miss Daisy. I wouldn't even say driving Miss Daisy. There's more y'all. It's more. Y'all ain't a lot of Tony Stewarts out here. How about that? Ain't a lot of y'all Jeff Gordon, especially in the suburbs. I see white crackheads in the hood that drive better than y'all suburban white people. No kidding. Sorry. Because y'all get on my nerves. But nonetheless, he's an aggressive front foot fighter, and a lot of these guys today can't deal with the aggression. A lot of these fighters today can't deal with the aggression. They can't. You start pressuring them. That's why Venesian went on a hot streak the way he did. A lot of times you start pressuring guys and they start moving off the spot, exerting a lot of energy. You just touching them and you letting the pressure fighter, fight at their own pace. You start slowing down, then they pick it up. Chavez and Duran was famous for that. Jake LaMotta was famous for that. But the one thing about being a pressure fighter, if you gonna last, you gotta have some defense. It might be looking like you be getting hit full fled, but you gotta be rolling that shit off too. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Venesian went on that 6. That's why he went on that 6 knockout streak. Because a lot of them young fighters over there he was fighting, they couldn't deal with the pressure. They panic. They start breathing hard. They start jittering, overusing energy. They don't know how to step to the pressure puncher. They don't know how to roll the pressure and walk with the pressure like Terrence Crawford. That's all shit you learn in the ring. And you learn from your coaches. You learn from sparring. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. That's what you learn in sparring and shit. But that's what Devin Haney got to deal with, is the pressure. And the funny thing about it is, it might be a great segue for him. It might be a great segue to 140, because that's what they gonna do to him at 140. They gonna pressure the hell out of him. You know what I'm saying? They gonna pressure the hell out that kid. So at some point, and that's why you like to see what he kind of did versus Linares and him in the second fight with Camboso stepping to him. He gonna have to get respect going up to 140 pounds. He gonna have to get respect. And that's the number one thing Terrence Crawford said about moving up and fighting Jermell Charlo and going 154 pounds. That's the number one thing that he said. When you fight a bigger guy, you got to go out there and establish respect. You got to go punch him in the mouth and let him know he can't just walk in and walk out. Now, boxing, if you had to have one trait, you want to box. You want to stick and move and all that other shit. Yeah, you want to do all that. But yeah, he gonna have to get respect. This is a good thing. And the thing about Lomachenko fighting too, that Lomachenko might exploit, Devin Haney ain't gonna see them shots coming from underneath. If Lomachenko getting the real estate he want, that's why Comey didn't see them shots coming. I gotta order me some new Crocs, dude. Lomachenko ain't see that shot coming. I mean, Richard Comey ain't see the shots coming. And he couldn't do it with Teofimo, because Teofimo, him in the same height. So Teo broke him down to a T. They was turning when he was turning. You know, they had been studying Lomachenko. He was prepared now. They started preparing for that. For guys like Regis Prograis and Sandor Martin, they'd have more, it sounded like that it had more success, or would have more success with Regis Prograis. So, but nonetheless, easier said than done, but I really think Lomachenko is a pressure fighter. I think he packs a really underrated punch as well, too. So, it's my opinion, man. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance. Get notifications. We go live and drop video. Financially, want to support the channel. Cash App, $, CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313, PayPal link in description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole 9. Link tree, the first link in the description. Peace.